This is Morning Motivation for Educators on the Bee Podcast Network. Learn about all the shows at beepodcastnetwork.com. You'll hear from a variety of formal and informal educators who help put this podcast together. If you'd like to contribute your voice to this show, please go to morningmotivationedu.com to apply.
Welcome to Morning Motivation for Educators. I'm Danielle Nuhfer, a former teacher who knows firsthand how exhausting and overwhelming this work can be. After 20 years in the classroom and 2 bouts of burnout, I've found tools to help teachers not just survive but thrive. Teaching Well was created to help educators like you manage stress, find balance, and reconnect with the passion that brought you to teaching. This podcast is your space to breathe, reflect, and take those small steps toward feeling more grounded and fulfilled. Your well-being is crucial to your school success, and I'm here to support you. Quick note before we begin. I don't often go this deeply into my own story. I'm sharing it because the experiences we carry shape how we show up in our classrooms. My hope is that my reflections help you consider your own path and how it has made you the teacher and human you are today. I got married for the first time 20 years ago on Thanksgiving in Scotland. The day had all the trappings of a magical wedding, but the marriage was doomed from the start. Looking back, it was over before it began. Feels like an understatement. There was cheating, lies, and addiction. Some of it we could control. Some of it was woven too deeply into who we were. They weren't necessarily our fault, but they were definitely our responsibility. I won't go into all the trials that unfolded right after saying I do to a man who loved me fiercely, but whose love couldn't fix him or me or our relationship. Those words, I do, cost me years of life and livelihood. Only in the next 6 months will I finally be paid out of the bankruptcy I had to file for the house we bought. The house he lived in for a decade and fell behind on while I couldn't get my name off of it. That bankruptcy will stay on my record for years. I could be resentful, and for a long time I was, but now I'm grateful. That one decision set off a chain of events I never could have predicted. Facades fell, the walls I had been quietly building around myself came down. We flew home from our wedding, bought a house, adopted 2 dogs, and thankfully did not have any children. But I kept myself busy. But everything I was avoiding caught up with me very, very quickly. But I'm grateful for it all. I'm grateful for the path I took, the desperation I felt, the demons I faced, the moment I had to admit I couldn't keep going the way I was. I'm grateful for the humility that came with not having the answers and for realizing that that was okay. I'm grateful for how it stretched me as a person, how it softened me in my classroom, how it taught me when to show up and when to stay home, how it forced me to learn boundaries, to understand codependence, and to know that self-care is absolutely not selfish. It is 100% survival. That marriage and eventual divorce taught me more about being human than any course or training ever could, and those lessons show up every day in the work I do with teachers. It taught me to see people's invisible battles, to read between the lines, to approach students and colleagues with more curiosity and less assumption, to recognize pain, resilience, and humanity when it walks into a room. Most people don't know the full story. I barely shared the surface here, but the experience lingers in everything I do. And that's where this connects to teaching. Every teacher brings a lifetime of stories to the classroom. Every scar changes the way we listen, notice, respond, and care. Every challenge deepens our capacity to meet students where they are. Our lived experience is one of the most powerful tools we have. Not because we share the details, but because it shapes the lens through which we see our students and ourselves. So in this season of gratitude, I hope you can look at your own past and see the ways it has shaped you, strengthened you, softened you, given you a unique insight that your students benefit from every single day? So I ask these questions and hope you'll ask them to yourself. What lessons have your life taught you? How can you hold them with gratitude? And how can you hold them in gratitude when you're falling apart? How might they help you model what a life of perspective looks like for your students? If these ideas resonate with you, I'd love for you to explore it more deeply. Find links for all the ways that we can work together in the show notes, or check out all of the things that we can do together at teachingwell.life. Remember, caring for yourself is the best way to care for your students.
Thanks for listening. And whatever role you have in education, we have a podcast for you at bpodcastnetwork.com. Who among your friends and colleagues needs to hear this message today? Please share it with them right now.